Hi, my name is Josh, and this is a fish. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how this fish will help you get laid. And it'll do it without teaching you cheesy pickup lines that don't work, without letting you spend a dime on dinners and drinks, and without anyone ever noticing you're using his techniques on them. If you consider yourself an above average or even typical guy, stick around, this is totally for you. And if you watch until the end of the webinar, I'm going to give you the system that is literally step-by-step and is proven to create sexual intrigue that is so compelling and so powerful that almost any girl you use it on will find their panties around their knees, soaked to the max before she can even say, "My name is." Listen, I've pulled this off so many times, I've lost count. It even works if she thinks you're unattractive. In fact, if you follow my step-by-step method to the letter, it's literally out of her control. She has to respond. Wouldn't that be a secret you'd love to know? Well, this is a fact. All women go through the same exact process every time they decide to sleep with a guy. And trust me, you've never seen anything like this before. The rest of the night, I did some serious thinking. I sort of had to because I couldn't go to sleep. Have you ever been so tired that you can't fall asleep? Well, that was me. I just sort of woke up and realized that I was a complete and utter wuss. I was a sorry excuse for a man. If my dad knew how much of a wuss I'd become, he'd be disappointed. So that night, I wrote a note to myself on a piece of notebook paper that said, "I will get this attraction thing handled, or I will die trying." I still carry that note around with me to this day. So I grabbed the first thing I knew to look at out of my back seat, my psychology notebook from when I went to college in Florida. I opened randomly and I started reading, and I didn't know if I was delirious from no sleep for 3 days or if something just snapped and my IQ jumped 50 points, but I suddenly noticed a theory that my professor taught me that just went in one ear and out the other. Propinquity. It's a $10 word, which is probably why I never remembered it in the first place. So I read all my notes on this propinquity thing, and I thought, well, screw it. What the hell do I have to lose? I'll try it out tomorrow. So the next morning, after rinsing off with paper towels in the bathroom at a place called Panera Bread, seriously, I went into work and I started using it on the customers. The first time I used it, nothing. The second time, nothing again. But the third time, she smiled, asked me my name, and said she'd like to hang out after I got off work. I thought, holy crap, it actually worked. So that night I hung out with her for an hour or two. No, nothing happened with her because I still didn't know what the hell I was doing, plus I wasn't single yet. And afterwards I went back, broke up with my girlfriend. My car was already packed with my crap anyway, and I spent the whole night looking through my notes to find other techniques I could try out. I did that every day for a week, then 2 weeks, then a month, then 6 months. A year went by and I had read 5 psychology textbooks, 12 dating advice books, 2 etiquette books, and watched over 400 hours of training videos on building rapport, subliminal messaging, seduction, attraction, body language, personality typing. I was a machine. And eventually I began to see patterns, things that allowed me to plug myself into an attraction switchboard. From then on, arousing, attracting, and seducing beautiful women was a piece of delicious cake to me, almost second nature. So I created brand new techniques and tricks that the world had never seen before, and all to help me take advantage of those powerful patterns that I discovered. But what were some of those techniques that I used, and that thousands of guys eventually started using, to get women to uncontrollably flirt, make out, and sleep with me time and time again? The ones I found that worked just about 100% of the time on just about any kind of woman, regardless of her age, hair color, height, or how smoking hot she was. Well, I'd like to teach some of them to you now, if that's all right with you. You might want to get a pen and a piece of paper ready for this part. The first technique has to do with the chick's mouth. I know, chick's mouth, you want to put something in it. I get that. But before you run off and do that, let me tell you the secret. Did you know that if you look at a woman's mouth while she's talking to you, that you'll subconsciously make her think about sleeping with you? This is called a sexual trigger. Sexual triggers are secret techniques that bypass all of her barriers and turn her on without her knowledge. Using sexual triggers is like using Inception to make her want to sleep with you. They are the cornerstone of unrivaled success with women, and I'm going to reveal where you can get dozens of these near the end of this video. These triggers are so stealth that they actually bypass a woman's logical brain, and yes, she has one, and they speak directly to her emotional brain. And let me tell you, her emotional brain is this damn big. Every woman's is. Here's another sexual trigger. Did you know that over 90% of guys turn women off before they even open their mouths by facing them directly with their bodies? Yeah, I didn't know that either. Turning your chest toward a girl too early is a subconscious sign of neediness, and it completely destroys sexual attraction. Well, how about this little trick? Before you really start talking about something serious with a girl, try saying this. I get a sense that you're open to trying new things, and that makes me feel comfortable and at ease. Then continue your conversation with her. Doing this at the right time will subconsciously compel her to chase you. It uses a psychological trick called consistency, and it's a biological shortcut that skips over all of her red flags and plugs you directly into her love center. I don't think I need to warn you not to use that one irresponsibly. But look, I know this all sounds ridiculously simple. Well, it is ridiculously simple, but I've got a lot more to share with you if you really want to get the 9s and 10s. These triggers are going to get you in the front door, but they're not going to get you all the way home. So let me teach you exactly how to get all the way home.